All right, everybody, welcome back to another Arena Play Tuesday on Jake and Joel Are Magic. I am Jake. Today we are going to be playing the same deck that got beat by God Pharaoh's Gift last week. This is Esper Control. If you look at the deck or the deck over there on the left, we're just going to be playing some Rank Constructed. If you look at the deck over there on the left, you will see our Opt up here. Great spell. You're like, Jake, why are you telling me about Opt? But we play Esper only for Teferi here. We also have 2 Scarab God. These are our win conditions. 2 Glyph Keeper. Other than that, 4 Champion of Wits and 4 Golden Demise. 4 Golden Demise to deal with all the aggro. Hopefully we're playing against some aggro today. Alright, so we have Golden Demise is online. Doomfall is online. We have a little bit of interaction with our opponent's hand with Doomfall. We have Champion of Wits, which is pretty much our enabler. This card helps us gain the velocity to get to where we need to go to win. We'll go and keep this. But I talked about it last week. This deck is really just, it's a control deck, you know? You look over there, it's pretty straightforward control deck. The Dominaria cards it got were Teferi and Syncopate. That's pretty much it. And Wizard's Retort. Wizard's Retort, oddly really, really good because of Champion of Wits. So it looks like we're playing against the Mirror, which means that Doomfall is going to be particularly valuable if we can land it. I don't think we're going to reveal that we're playing blue-black until we need to. They're just going to think that maybe it's like a zombie thing. Maybe they get in with like a freebooter and then they'll be like, oh, okay, it's that. Oh, so we find an Essence Scatter. This is actually enough for us to just play an island and say go. Alright, so this is going to be a war of attrition. Thankfully, we're not going to see any degenerate white spells like Approach of the Second Sun. Hopefully, we don't see a God Pharaoh's Gift. This is actually a good target for Essence Scatter. We're going to go ahead and get that going. And then, since our opponent is tapped out, we are going to get in with a clutch Doomfall. The other option is that... No, there is no other option. There is only Doomfall. Here we go. I was going to say Kitesail Freebooter, but we want it to be any non-land. So, we go a perusing. Oh my gosh! They're playing our deck! Except for Cast Down, which maybe we should be playing. Maybe we could go down to Lake. We're playing 2 Vraska's Contempts. Maybe we could play a Cast Down. Alright, so Teferi is not online. So I think what we do is we go Scarab God. Yeah, our opponent is going to need to draw white. So our next turn, since our opponent has no... I think our next turn is actually Champion of Wits to try to find a counterspell for Teferi. We did get rid of Scarab God, which is good. Alright, so... Opponent needs to draw white. They're far, far away from the Champion of Wits. So if they don't draw a white land next turn, they are not playing Teferi. So now is the time to get in with our Champion of Wits. We're going to take action here. So, you may be seeing now, we are just in a control mirror. This is just, it is what it is. I'm going to take action, draw some cards. Alright, so we find Vraska's Contempt. This is perfect. This is going to deal with Teferi. Alright, so what do we pitch? I think we're pitching Island. And I think we're pitching our Golden Demise. I think Golden Demise does not matter. We'll go ahead and play Glacial Fortress, and we will say go. So, the reason that I am not big on the blue-white decks is because I find the value in Kitesail, Freebooter, and Doomfall to outweigh the value of like Cast Out and Ixalan's Binding. I just like being able to have perfect information. Like right now, we're able to look up at our opponent's deck and we're able to see, oh, he has Teferi. Oh, he has, you know, Cast Down. So it's just, it's really, really valuable. I think, though, that we go like this, and we go Freebooter. And he may just Cast Down it. Freebooter is such a good card because your opponent is always just like, well, God. All right, so now I'm going to get to look at their hand. We failed to find. We see Teferi is still not online, so this is good. We'll pick Teferi. He'll get to keep it. And at this point, we see that our opponent is going to be able to play Champion of Wits on time. So I think what we do then is we actually go white, blue, black, and we get out our other Champion of Wits. Reason being is we want to be able to find a card that's going to... We need to discard 2 cards. I think we actually do just discard, you know, like Evolving Wilds, and then Swamp. That's fine. We'll attack here. We'll get our dude going. So you'll see we have 2 cards in the two land in the yard. I just don't know, like, when is our opponent... All right, so this is good. This is good. We find Supreme Will. We might just be able, at this point, having Negate and Supreme Will, we might just be able to close out the game with our 2 champions here. Opponent is actually going to be able to cast his champion. And we're going to have to Vraska's Contempt it. He's going to draw cards. He's going to draw 4 cards. He's going to have to discard 2. We're going to EOT Vraska's Contempt this thing. So yeah, this resolves. Nothing we can do about it, guys. But what we can do is hit it with a Vraska's Contempt, EOT. That way we can continue the hurt train with our 2 Champion of Wits here. And then at the next turn, we hold up Supreme Will and Negate. Make sure that you know, we're beating, you know, Teferi if he comes on the board. So combat, attackers, blocks. We're gonna go black, black, 1, 2 other, and we'll Vraska's Contempt here. He's probably like, oh, shrug, that card's already done what I need it to do. That's true. All right, so next turn, opponent is going to be on, likely, they're going to play a mana. It may be a white mana. They're going to try to play Teferi. We're going to negate. All right, so Teferi still doesn't come on the board. EOT, we're going to opt. We're opting with the prioritizing mana. So we'll top that black mana. Go to our draw step. Oh, we find Syncopate. So at this point, we're just like... We are swinging. They're taking damage. So at this point, Champion of Wits is doing what so many wizards in the past have done. Bob, Snapcaster Mage. All these 2/1 wizards that are just dinking away. But we've got our opponent down to 6. I imagine they're going to try to play something here. I can't imagine they let us just destroy them. They send it back. We find a Vraska's Contempt. I think what we do is we swing. What is their plan, guys? We are at damage. Are we going to see a Vraska's Contempt? Alright, each opponent sacrifices a creature. If you have the city's blessing instead, each opponent sacrifices half of the creatures they control. This is actually really good for us. This gets a Champion of Wits in the yard. Sure, we sack a guy. We get in for 2. Do they have another one? Maybe they do. Little glimpse at our graveyard here. We take our opponent to 4. This is actually really good. We have our opponent on a 2-turn clock. We have, you know, a good bit of mana here. Are we going to see a draw spell? This guy is probably itching to get this Teferi online. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Alright, so they Hieroglyphic Illumination to draw 2. So, if I syncopate this, if I negate this, that leaves me up for a Supreme Will next turn. Nope, this resolves. Opponent draws 2 cards, that's fine. It's all about patience. They're finally going to play another land. They're going to be at 9. But we need to be able to play 2 counter spells. Alright, so opponent plays Karn. What is Karn going to do? This is our question here. What is Karn going to do to help them win the game in 2 turns? Yeah, this resolves. And we can Vraska's Contempt Karn at the end of their turn. I'm not super worried about Karn. Karn is a card where it's like, if you're behind, it's not going to help you that much. So they're going to reveal the top 2 cards. This is fine. Alright, so they get a Wizard's Retort or a Hieroglyphic Illumination. We're going to give them the Hieroglyphic. We're going to Vraska's Contempt Karn EOT. Up to our opponent to decide. Alright, so they get in with a negate. It's whatever, right? Alright, so they use a negate there. We're going to play Swamp. This is actually really good because our other Champion of Wits is online. But we don't want to blow our load here. We want to just swing with our champion, get to our opponent's face. Alright, and now we have 7 mana, only 2 blue sources, but we are going to be able to syncopate for a lot, which is really good. Yeah, we have to protect the 2 damage at this point on the champion. And then we should be able to get there. So, opponent reveals the top 2 cards. This is fine. They find a Golden Demise and a Submerged Boneyard. That's fine. They're going to get the Boneyard. Alright, so now 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They have 10 mana. We are sitting on 7. But if we play this correctly, we could really do some damage. Alright, they're hieroglyphicing. This resolves. At this point, we've pretty much got it, guys. They have to answer this Champion of Wits, and they have to get through 2 of our counter spells to do it. I don't think they're going to be able to. I promise you, Scarab God and Teferi are in this deck. We just don't need them today. Go to our turn. Oh, there's Teferi. Coming to the party, but way late. Doesn't really matter. Karn is a really good $70 card, but it's not going to matter today. We're looking for Vraska's Contempt, which will eat a negate. Our opponent just doesn't have enough mana to get this guy. They just don't have enough to do it. This card that they played that was a little spicy, this Vona's Hunger, this costs 3. Mm-hmm. Alright, we're attacking. They are at 2. They need to kill this wizard. Can they do it with 6 mana with us having 3 counterspells? Alright, so we see the cast down. First thing we're going to do is a negate. Negate goes out. Let's see if they have it. What spell do they play? Wizard's Retort? Do they have it? Wizard's Retort and we win. They play Cancel, straight up. Do they have a Spell Pierce? It doesn't matter. We just have to Supreme Will here and hope they don't have a Spell Pierce. And if they do have a Spell Pierce, we win. I think Supreme Will is going to get us there. Alright, so we will Supreme Will. And now we have to target the spell specifically. And hope we don't misclick. Is there a Spell Pierce? That's it. Got there. Alright, so you saw today we played Esper Control for Teferi. We never played Teferi, but we did get the game. We got there with 2 Champion of Wits, just kind of swinging, and we protected them with counter spells. We made sure that at the end of the match, we had enough mana to win the stack. We didn't freak out when Karn hit the board. We didn't freak out because we saw the Planeswalker. We just kind of kept it together, and we made sure to win that stack at the end, the stack that mattered. And we got there today. So I am now 1-1 on my Arena Play Tuesdays, which is pretty sweet. I lost last week to God Pharaoh's Gift. This week we beat the Control Mirror. They just could not get ahead. They played too many Hieroglyphic Illuminations. Remember, you never really need to cancel the draw spell. You need to cancel what they draw. So if you enjoyed this Arena Play Tuesday, please consider subscribing. It's the best way to support the channel. We do not monetize, so that's the best way to help us out as we continue to move forward, making sure that people get the content that they want to watch. And also, if you are interested in watching me play Arena, please consider subscribing and following my Twitch channel, Vizzerdrix86. That's Vizzerdrix86. That is on Twitter and Twitch, same name. Follow on Twitter for updates, but until next time, I am tapped out, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Jake and Joel are Magic. We're going to continue pumping content out to you, so have a good afternoon, night, wherever you are. Have a good whatever that is, and thank you for spending your time with us. Bye-bye.